They just, you know, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Who was saying I was this, you know, I was this violent character. You know, just because I was breaking people's jaws and arms and look at
of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
weeks.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
I was coming off of being in Miami a night of party, and I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Time of day, you know, whether you like it or not. I go all day, all night.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
No, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
Like a reminder.
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, listen, yo, I love it all. I love it all, man.
See what?
When you like this, Daddy.
Where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. It's a little kinky, but
Yeah.
rock with me, but just check it out. You need
That was you.
Scrambling.
What? You said I like when you do it like that, Daddy.
a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat, you mean that physically?
Scrambling and scraping for shit.
Hey,
1,000 bottles of baby oil seized from P. Diddy's mansion. And that's just the beginning. Guns with scratched off serial numbers, secret recordings of freakoffs, and digital files the feds say could blow this case wide open. This isn't just a scandal, it's the takedown of a music mogul. And the trial, it's about to begin. Get ready, because what investigators found behind the velvet curtains of Diddy's empire is more disturbing than anyone imagined. And the evidence, it's all coming to light. It all began in March 2024 when federal agents stormed two of P. Diddy's properties, one in Miami, the other in Los Angeles. What they found would set social media on fire. Over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. That's nearly $10,000 worth of slick supplies. But this wasn't a Costco haul gone wrong. This was allegedly stockpiled for a purpose, alongside the bottles, firearms, drugs, and electronics. 3 AR-15 rifles, serial numbers scratched off. A drum magazine capable of holding up to 100 rounds, narcotics, IV fluids, and cash. And most damning of all, digital files, lots of them. When the indictment hit in September 2024, it wasn't light reading. Diddy was charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion transportation to engage in prostitution. And more charges have been added in superseding indictments since. But one thing was crystal clear from the beginning. Prosecutors believe P. Diddy didn't act alone. They're calling it the Combs Enterprise, a network of employees and associates allegedly responsible for recruiting, trafficking, and threatening victims, all to serve the desires of a man who once ruled hip-hop. If you've heard the word freak-off and rolled your eyes, stop right there. According to the federal indictment, freak-offs weren't wild parties. They were staged sex performances, arranged and recorded by Diddy himself. Quote, freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, pleasured himself during, and often electronically recorded. The feds allege controlled substances were administered to keep victims obedient, IV fluids were on standby to help them recover, and participants were often unaware they were being filmed. In some cases, the recordings were allegedly used as a means to blackmail or threaten victims from speaking out. Diddy didn't do this alone. His staff, prosecutors say, were deeply involved. They allegedly booked hotel rooms, coordinated transportation across state lines, supplied drugs, lighting, linens, and lube, provided cash for sex workers, and cleaned up after the freak-offs. This points to a coordinated criminal operation, not random misbehavior. The cross-state element of prostitution is key. That alone qualifies for federal prosecution. But what really matters? According to former FBI agent Tracy Walder, it's not the lube or even the guns, it's the digital evidence. She calls it the treasure trove. Agents allegedly found videos, photos, texts, call records, and more, possibly decades worth. We're talking VHS tapes, DVDs, hard drives, and encrypted storage. This is where the smoking guns lie. Allegedly, these videos could show the freak-offs, Diddy's participation, and possibly even threats against victims. And witness tampering is a major part of the case. The recordings were allegedly used to silence accusers. If the freakoffs and videos weren't enough, let's talk about the weapons. The feds recovered 3 AR-15s, each with defaced serial numbers, a federal crime on its own. There was also a drum magazine capable of spraying bullets with high capacity, and enough ammunition to raise serious red flags. Prosecutors believe these weren't just for protection, they were allegedly used to intimidate and control. This directly contributed to Diddy being denied bail, with the judge citing witness intimidation concerns. None of this would have come to light without Cassie. Her lawsuit was the first to name the freakoffs, laying the groundwork for civil claims and prompting federal action. Then came Lil Rod and other civil suits, each adding to the puzzle. Cassie's courage helped prosecutors connect the dots between the civil and criminal sides of the case. The trial is set to begin with jury selection today on May 5th and opening statements May 12th. But don't expect the freak-off videos to play on courtroom monitors. Jurors will likely be escorted to private rooms to view sensitive evidence. Victims' faces will be blurred. Diddy's will not. Prosecutors are expected to call FBI agents to testify on how the evidence was collected, chain of custody search procedures, and the role of each seized item. Diddy has hired some of the best lawyers in the country, and they're expected to poke holes in every part of the case. Their angle, discredit the evidence, claim mishandling, question credibility of witnesses, and suggest overreach by federal authorities. But according to experts like Walder, the volume of evidence is likely too overwhelming to ignore. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil might have gone viral, but they're just the tip of a monstrous iceberg. What's at the heart of this trial is decades of alleged abuse, systematic coercion, and a web of cover-ups. This is no longer about celebrity gossip. It's about criminal accountability at the highest level of fame and power. If the prosecution delivers what they claim to have, P. Diddy could be facing life-altering consequences. And for the survivors, this trial could finally bring the justice they've waited years to see. We'll be covering every twist, every explosive moment, and every piece of shocking testimony right here. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You're not going to want to miss what happens next. This is what's poppin', and this trial is about to change everything.